The UK used to be world leading in so many things, and believe it or not, how we saved for a comfortable retirement was one of them. We pioneered the use of things like pensions and savings and investments in order for us to look forward to a future where we didn't have to work as much as we do now. Unfortunately, there are three major reasons why this is no longer the case, so let's go find out what they are.
Here comes the money!
Here we go, money!
In order for you to retire comfortably, latest estimates show that you need a pension pot of around about £394,000. That's not nothing. And bear in mind, that's just to enjoy a moderate lifestyle. If actually you're someone that would prefer to enjoy a really comfortable, relatively indulgent, relaxed lifestyle in retirement, that pot target rises to £638,000. And if we compare that to the average pension pot value that is held for someone in their 60s, there is a gaping hole. So for men, that currently stands at around about £80,000. And for women, the average pension pot at age 60 is just over £40,000. And so immediately we can see that the cost of retirement is significantly higher than what we are making allowances for. The second headwind that the UK are facing when it comes to planning for their sunset years, of course, is the lack of a defined benefit pension. Now, in the old days, these used to be the norm. In around about 1993, 100% of FTSE 100 companies would actually offer a final salary pension scheme to new employees. If we skip forward to today, not a single business listed on the FTSE 100 offer a defined benefit scheme. And what this means is that the UK now are forced to make amends, make allowances and plan for a retirement and have an active plan in order to get there. In the olden days, when a final salary scheme was around, what you could actually afford to do was not think about retirement that much. All that you needed to do was work for your employer for more and more years, and that meant you would get more and more annual payment when you come to stop working. And the final point I'd make is that the state pension income is not enough for a comfortable retirement. Lots of people fall into the trap of thinking all of their national insurance contributions basically ensure that they have an annual income in retirement that's going to be enough. This is not the case. So if someone were to retire with a full state pension in this day and age, that's going to be roughly £12,000 per year that they will be paid. And while the good news is that this will rise with inflation, ultimately that is not enough money in order to cover all of your outgoings that you need. The retirement living standards estimate that in order for us to have a minimum viable retirement, we need access to an income of just under £13,500 per year. And obviously there is a shortfall here. So if you're someone that is purely relying on that state pension, it won't be enough for you to have a retirement that works. And if actually we ignore the minimum viable retirement and we just look at one that is relatively moderate, the annual income that you're going to need access to is just over £31,000. So that means your state pension's covering a third of what you need, whereas it's really on you to make up the other 2/3 shortfall. Now, while the combination of these things is pretty miserable and pretty depressing, don't forget that there are still things that you can do and actions that you can take to ultimately create a better future. The age-old saying is that the best time to start planning for retirement and making contributions was a long time ago. The next best time to start is now. So if you have any questions or thoughts or are looking for help, then let me know and send me a message.